Morning. Right, the time is here. It's the last of the soybeans to get out the ground. We're now literally at the very end of November. I've left it as long as I could. They're ready to come out the ground. It's time to get the harvester out, and we're going to be getting the big grain header out. The honeybee. Oh! What else is here? This is my parcel delivery. Excellent. Right, well, a few of my neighbours have expressed interest in seeing what all this new land is going to look like from up there. So I bought myself a drone. And I need to figure out how to use the damn thing, but nonetheless, I've got one. And this could be it, so bear with me a second. Right. Let's get this inside. Just pop it down for now. I'm not going to be using it yet. Still got plenty to crack on with. So obviously I've still got Jack's plow over here. That's going to be coming into use when the soybeans are out the ground. And as I say, we're going to be connecting up the big honeybee header to this one because this field is considerably bigger than what we were working in the last time I made a video. If I remember correctly, the last time was what we did over there, wasn't it? Well, getting the corn out the ground and then waiting for quite a while the forestry work happened. And now look at it. Acres and acres of field. So I've been thinking on about how I'm going to play this going on into the future. I'm pretty aware that I may well need to consider buying another harvester, another header, and taking on some help when it comes to harvest time and field work time. I suppose there's going to be a lot of that, but I am going to try and manage most of it myself. But the size of the areas that we're going to be working with, I think it could be beneficial to get another harvester. So I'm going to be making inquiries about that. And obviously, as I think I mentioned in the last video, Case have announced that they are bringing out a new quad track 715, which is immensely powerful. 950,000 bucks worth of stuff, but well, you know, I like my red stuff. So there's a strong possibility that we might be blessed with one of those on the farm at some point in the next few months. We shall see. I might take a demo of one for a couple of weeks and see what it's capable of. I'm sure it's going to be capable of just about everything, but needless to say, I'm not going to. I'm just going to dive in, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one. So yeah, plenty to do. Nice and early in the morning. It's very, very cold here today at the end of November, so knowing that the ground is very hard, I've got no problem in running my truck in the field, so because obviously I'm still going to be doing this all myself today. But if all goes to plan, I'm going to get the beans out the ground, get them into the silo, bring all the kit back, and then it'll be jumping back into the Steiger, hooking up Jack's plough, and creating ourselves a massive field. So give me a few minutes, 'cause I'm going to need both hands to get everything sorted. We need the pickup truck. We're going to need to run the header trailer out to the field. There we go. Right. Let the day commence. Some of you might have noticed, I'm not too sure if you did or not, but I've still kept this smaller field down here. It still needs a whole load of work. As you can see, it's absolutely rammed to the hilt with weeds. But there wasn't much I could do with that, with the river running all the way around the border of it. I couldn't really join it up to the rest of it. Initially, my plan was to get rid of all those trees that are around the back of it there and bring it all in as one. But as I say, with the river running around its border, it was a bit of a challenge, so that's left as it is. I'm not too sure what to do with it. I might put it to grass for the cows, perhaps, but it's not very big, and my cows go through stuff like no business. So, yeah, I do have a plan, possibly going forward into the future regarding grass. There is another plot of land that's coming up for sale nearby. I may well consider purchasing that, turning that to grass, so that I can be self-sufficient when it comes to silage, because at the minute I'm just buying it in. But look at this, though. Not been able to see this kind of land from the main road for such a long time. Well, forever. In fact, I don't know what I'm talking about. Right. I'm just going to take the harvester out to the big field here. And then I'm going to wander back, pick up the truck, grab the header trailer. And the last harvest of this year will commence. Got to get used to all this new layout round here. I was just about to wander all the way up the road and back again, but that's where I've got to go. I can see it and I can get there. This is awesome. So I've got 4 months ahead of me to get all this field prep, field work done, getting ready for planting season for the beans and for the corn. And the way I've been thinking about doing it now is that big field over there isn't necessarily going to solely be the cornfield. What I need to do is think about the ground quality as well. So soybeans obviously take a lot less nitrogen, if any, than corn. So the idea is I'm going to plant corn in that field first, put soybeans over in this side, and then come harvest time, when they're all out the ground, then we run a bit more field prep, and then I alternate. So I'll be putting soybeans over there and then corn over here, just to, as I say, alternate the nitrogen levels of the soil, and then eventually bring them both up to a decent standard. Obviously both are going to need the pH values increasing somewhat, especially with all the groundwork that we're going to be doing here, creating the new field, but that's the idea. I think that would be beneficial, considering how much soil I've got to plan for and think about. A lot. So yeah, I think that would be wise of me. Anyway, pickup truck, header. Let's get out there. Should do about fine for now. Let's get these doors open. Get us hooked up. Fingers crossed I've got it there. No. A little bit more. It's quite hard to gauge the distance on this thing, but there was some kind of camera setup, couldn't I? There we go. Managed it. Second time lucky. All seems okay, I think. Well, I suppose we won't find out till we stick it on the combine, but yeah, all seems good. Now I have also got, I've got a new one of these on order, TB60, the bigger one, because everything's got to get bigger now, hasn't it? This thing doesn't, the capacity's fine, this will still get enough anhydrous into either one of the fields, but obviously going forward I'm not going to need to use this in the soybean field, I'm just going to be doing it in the corn field. So that's one benefit, I guess, but they are going to take a lot of lime, especially when it comes to the creating of the field in the first place. The ground is going to be extremely thirsty. But yeah, there we go. I think we should be able to get ourselves out of there. Nice one. I'm not going to take the shortcut with this. We'll be taking the main road. Right. Done. So aside from all the field work we've got to do over the next few months, income-wise, I am going to be relying on my cows to keep me going for the next several months. But I do have just under, potentially, as I say, just under $250,000 worth of dried corn sat in Jack's dryer at the minute. H&H are prepared to take that in January and pay me a good chunk of money for it, as I say. Almost, as near as makes no difference. $250,000. So that's excellent. Looking forward to that. Right. I hope I've got this about right. I've stuck the combine on the left here because obviously the header is oriented that way. So let's see where we're up to. Get this thing connected. I'll shift the truck and trailer out the way. And get harvesting. There we go. That's us. Let that tick over for now and let it warm up for a few minutes. We'll get this out of the way. I'm going to have to go back to the farm, obviously, and pick up the truck. But I think I might do that when I've got the first hopper full, to be honest. Keen to get started. So we'll just pop this here on the verge. Should be about right. He hopes. Yeah, it's not so bad. That'll do. That'll do. Right. Let's crack on. what a harvest, and what a yield. From that field we have yielded 3,276 bushels of soybeans. That brings our total of soybeans to 6,660.9 bushels, which is brilliant. I've just scribbled all that down with a half-chewed pencil onto an old napkin on my knee while I was in the cab there, just recording what I've been taking back and to, and the truck here is 98% full. So we've done pretty luckily out of that. Awesome stuff. So I'm going to take all this back, obviously, get it all back to the farm, get everything tidied away. Now, again, doing more sums on my knee with this knackered old napkin and pencil. This equates to roughly, give or take a few dollars, just under $250,000 worth of soybeans. So not only have we got almost $250,000 worth of dried corn over in Jack's dryer, we've got just about the same of soybeans. So that's brilliant. So come sell time, I'm going to be rubbing my hands with glee, as it were. I'm going to be rolling in it. Although it's not going to last very long, because if I am considering spending almost $1 million on a new quad track, which may very well positively absolutely happen, that's all spent. But that's brilliant. So if we base that on just the land that we've harvested, when we factor in what the land is going to be like when this new field appears, which is going to be a few hours' time, we're going to be doing all right. So I'm going to get everything back, like I say, tidy everything up, grab myself some lunch, and then the first thing I need to do is I'm going to jump in one of the smaller tractors, and I'm going to run round the perimeter of what will be the new field, and I'm going to record and log in the new field boundary, as it were. Save that onto a memory stick, and then I can transfer that into the Steiger, and hopefully start working away, creating the new field. So I'll get myself sorted, get back to the farm, and I'll pick the camera back up as soon as possible. I've just given everything a quick wash. The harvester, the header. I haven't done the truck yet. That is looking considerably brown, but I've just left that round the back after tipping the last of the beans into the silo. But I think that'll do for now. Leave that where it is. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Like I say, I'm going to grab myself a bite to eat before the afternoon's work carries on. We'll get mapping out this new field, shall we? Right. We're going to be using the Optum for this one. Let me just go grab a memory stick from up here somewhere. Got one somewhere. There we go. Yeah. This is going to take a while though, because I need to kind of be running around the fields, but at the same time consulting the land boundary that I've got marked on this map, just to make sure that I don't go ploughing into other people's land, because that's the last thing I want to be doing. But all being well, in an hour or so's time, because I've got to do it quite slowly as well, in about an hour or so's time, we will have a bit of a GPS map, or an outline, of where our field's going to lie. So, this will be my office for a little while now. Go and get done. I'll pick you back up when it's all sorted. Right, so if we just loop it round here, this is somewhere roughly around where I started. Just in front of the field entrance there. As you can see, I've been taking it really slow because I don't want to go off course. I don't want to go too fast for no reason. So I've been running this at about 10 or 11 miles an hour all the way round. But now, thanks to this wonderful technology, GPS, I have mapped in and recorded the field boundary. So I think I started roughly about here. It was just, yeah, about here, I think. So there will do nicely. If we hit stop on that. Right, okay. Job done. So, technically now, all I need to do is take this little USB stick, load it up into the big Steiger, and then that should keep record of where the field boundary is, so I can get me ploughing on. And I think, judging based on the time, it's just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I should have enough time to get this done. So, what did I do with the plough? Oh, there it is, over there. Right, so, going to hook up the Steiger to the plough. Do exactly that. Plough on. Well, if that's not a good job well done, I don't know what is. So, in fact, let me just bring this to a stop so I can read these numbers out to you, because now I've got everything loaded up into the computer system here in the tractor. I can reliably tell you some very accurate numbers as to what we have gained from all this deforestation work. So, the big field on the other side of the road over there, the one we did in the last video, that was predominantly originally made up of 4 relatively small fields, including the cornfield. In total, those 4 fields totted up to 42.47 acres. That field over there now is 188.74 acres. So we have gained from the deforestation on that side of the road 146 acres, 146.27 to be absolutely precise. On this side of the lane, there was initially 3 fields that have come together, plus the extra land to make up this new field. Those 3 existing fields totted up to 37.36 acres, and this entire field is now 107.03. So we have gained 69.67 acres on this side of the lane. So we've got some serious amount of arable land going on now, and I'm very happy with the way this has turned out. Now, Jack has done me a massive solid in lending me this plough, so I need to do the right thing. Firstly, give it a clean off, and then I'm just going to stick it in the workshop if I can, assuming it'll go through the door, and just check on all the chisels, make sure none of them are missing, and the ones that, if there are any missing, obviously I'm going to have to pay for them, but just make sure that the ones that everything is nice and tight and not loose and flapping around. It's the right thing to do. So let's start by giving it a jet wash, and the tractor as well. It deserves it. It's a lovely evening now though over here. So I think once all this is done, I'll be taking the plough back to him tomorrow. I'm not going to be trundling over there today. Once I have got all this sorted and checked over this plough, I'm going to get inside and take advantage of this beautiful evening and have a go at getting my drone out and see if I can get a bit of footage on what the farm now looks like from somewhere up there. Well, I don't know what I was thinking about getting this thing into the workshop, of course, to check all the chisels and make sure everything's as it should be. It needs unfolding, and this is not going to get unfolded in there. So here we are, but everything seems fine. There was a few that were loose, but none of them are missing, which is great. So saved me a couple of dollars, but what a machine, though. This is an incredible piece of kit. So strong. Considering how cold it is and how hard the ground is, I did kind of expect there to be some missing chisels. But no. All accounted for, as it were. So, excellent stuff. Right, so I'm going to get this lot folded up anyway. Just stick it out the way for now. I have just given Jack a call, actually, amusingly. Obviously, we've had this ongoing little friendly thing going on about the size of the fields. Now his field is 107.18 acres, that big one next to his farm that we helped harvest the other week. This one over here is 107.03, so technically he's still got the edge on me on this side, but yeah, on the other side of the lane, not a chance, mate. Way bigger. Right, anyway, enough of that. As I say, I'm going to get this lot tidied up, and I'm going to go and see if I can unbox this drone and figure out how to get it working. I'll see what I can make use of with that. So, well, it seems to work okay. I've got it running in there anyway. Let's see if I can not make a hash of this and see if I can produce some half-decent aerial footage, shall we? So let's place it down somewhere out in the open at least. Here'll do. Right. Let's see what happens.
We'll be right back.